Hello everybody, welcome back to kotor 2, where Kreia would not stop talking our ears off. For real, she kept on saying, I said a whole paragraph, and she sent back like 7 essays. She's like GTP whenever you try to
Yes.
talk to
Have
it.
you come with questions? Very well. What is it that drives you? When I spoke of sight before, there is a similar handicap that tends to occur among those strong in the Force. They neglect their skills. Some believe they no longer need them. The greatest wielders of the Force are those that maintain some grounding to the more physical realities of the universe.
What do you mean?
Some wielders of the Force have mastered piloting, others the ability to fix and repair and build, from simple moisture vaporators to more complex machines such as droids and vehicles. One's ability to understand the human body and its ailments, for example, can make your powers within the Force more complete, more powerful, when you attempt to repair the cellular damage of another. And others have mastered the more subtle work of politics, persuasion. Do not doubt that a galaxy may be conquered with words, a republic overthrown, and an empire made. When such skills are honed, one's abilities with the Force become that much stronger. My warning to you is this: do not rely on your companions to compensate for your weaknesses in skill. There will be times they will not be there to help you when needed. What skill would you say is your greatest strength?
Repairing.
And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness?
Let me play real smart.
Task before you is this: take your greatest weakness, devote effort to it, strengthen it, and I will show you how it shall strengthen your power and the Force.
Very
As
well.
you learn and train and test yourself against the galaxy, all your skills have a chance to improve and grow as well. When you devote some of that training to your weakest skill, you will know.
I will return. So watch this. Bye.
Yes. Very well. What?
You taught me to listen. I wish to continue that lesson.
Very well. Sit with me. Brushed the surface thoughts of another. It is a start. Calm yourself. This time, silence your own thoughts. Keep them still. Imagine the waters of the room of 1,000 fountains, each stream suddenly falling silent and still. Imagine the ice of Telos, cold and smooth as it gathers upon the plateau. Now, stretch out. Feel the ship around you. Strip away the metal and see the souls and minds of those that fill its corridors with more thoughts and dreams and worries than can fill the space of this ship.
As my feet walk from the ashes of Kotor, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death. Then,
from the first movement flows the second. Strike, repeat, circle one's opponent, repeat, faster, quicker. If Father had been faster. If only Father had been faster.
Damn.
If I was faster, I would no longer be the last of my sisters. But does Atris love him? Jedi do not love. Does Atris hate him? Jedi do not hate. This journey is harder than any she has sent me on.
Switch the face of the +1 -1 card. The totals are 9, 10. Switch the face of the +2 -2 card. The total is 8, 11. Switch.
Your command echoes still, General, and I obey, as I did at Malachor.
as my feet walk from the ashes of Kotor,
Switch the face of the +1
I shall
-1
not
card.
fear.
The totals are 9, 10.
For in
Switch
fear
the face of the +2
Your
lies
command
death.
echoes still, General,
Total is 8,
and I
11.
obey,
Switch.
as I did at Malachor.
The background. What is it?
Now, focus on my voice.
Malachor.
Now do you hear me? Truly hear me.
I hear you. This
You've
is
taken
incredible.
the first steps on a much longer road, exile.
What about
The
T3?
droid cannot be read in such a way. As for the alien who served with you in the war, its thoughts are more difficult, requiring many translations in meaning. Often it is better to read their impulses and images than their spoken thoughts. That is why he is deaf to you. I have found his impulses are cold, like a dead weight. His thoughts are black.
Of course! That's what would explain why I heard nothing
Such
from
is the
him.
case with primitive minds. It is of no matter.
There's also something wrong with Atten's
Of course
father.
there was. It is because Atten was not playing Pazak, yet he counts cards in his head. At times, he will list off engine sequencers, memorize the hyperspace routes on the other side of the galaxy, count the ticking in the power couplings, even though they are fixed. At other times, he will imagine certain base lusts, certain indignities. It may be Atten is far cleverer than he feigns to be. Or perhaps he is simply a fool.
So you're basically stalking him at this point with the Force because you're just bringing in honest conversation.
Ask, and I will answer.
She's the stalker of the entire ship, bro.
There are countless reasons, and I have neither the time nor the patience to list them all.
Damn, you don't like the handmaiden? Fine, we could... Perhaps we could just simply eliminate
No,
her.
she may have her uses. I will abide her presence, and so should you.
Why do you say that?
Atris is a threat, and as much as she would try to use us against you, so may we use her servants against her. Do not see every enemy as an enemy. See them instead as an ally, whether they realize it or not. This situation may yet work to our advantage.
Keep that in mind.
Good.
Watch.
That is the most to be done until events unfold, as I'm sure they will in time. Ask, and I will answer.
So, do you know Atris at all? You seem to, like, hate her.
Atris herself is not as familiar to me as perhaps she should be. Yet I feel I know her, yes.
What do you mean?
Because Atris's path is one I walked long ago, and it is a chapter of my life that has been read and closed. She has taken the first steps, I think. We shall see. Surely you felt the righteous anger, the spoken judgments, the lack of forgiveness.
You walked her path.
I was a historian once, gathering the relics of the Jedi, learning the ancient mysteries. Always there were more questions. One quickly learns that the Jedi Code does not give all the answers. If you are to truly understand, then you will need the contrast, not adherence to a single idea. That is why Atris and the others blamed me, sentenced me. They believed me responsible for Revan's fall.
Hold it, you trained Revan?
You have already asked much. I do not wish to speak of this any longer. Ask, and I will answer.
Here.
Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him?
Oh.
Ah, but to make officers turn on their own people.
We've been through this before.
Oh, did they? Many have mistaken they are wrong, and I suspect the Ask, and I will answer.
Are you Sith or a
Does it matter?
Jedi?
Of course it does. Such titles allow you to break the galaxy into light and dark, categorize it. Perhaps I am neither, and I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
To allow myself with someone without knowing their allegiance is
What do you wish to hear? That I once believed in the code of the Jedi? That I felt the call of the Sith? That perhaps once I held the galaxy by its throat? That for every good work that I did, I brought equal harm upon the galaxy? That perhaps what the greatest of the Sith Lords knew of evil they learned from me? What would it matter now? There is only so much comfort in knowing such things, and it is not who I am now.
I still wish to hear the story.
There are dark places in the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning, of knowledge, but I did not walk alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best. But my will was not law. There were disagreements, ambition, and hunger for power. There are techniques within the Force against which there is no defense. I was cast down, stripped of my power, exiled. I suffered indignities and fell into darkness. Learn from me, my mistakes, and use that knowledge to become greater than I. That is all I ask of you, and that is all I desire. In you all my hopes rest, for the future, for the Force.
I need more than that,
So
Kreia.
much to you, and this I swear to you upon my life, upon our lives, that when your training is complete, I will answer everything. There shall be no more shadows between us, only truth that exists between master and apprentice.
I had other
Ask, and
questions.
I will answer.
Did you know Revan?
Perhaps. I think it is fair to say that few did.
Where did Revan come
Revan had a
from?
mother and father, parents, ancestors, like all Jedi do. And when he awakened to his potential, I was there to see it. But where he was born, where he came from, I do not know, any more than I know where he walks now. Some said that Revan was born in the outer regions, beyond the Rim, and that's what called to him during the Mandalorian Wars. And after, it was the call of home.
What else do you know about
I know
Revan?
more, but it may not be enough for the answers you seek.
What caused Revan to fall, to turn on the Republic?
Fall? Ah, already you presume much. You were there at Malachor. Revan's choices were always his own. It was not teaching or circumstance or example, it was him.
Then what made him turn to the dark side then, exactly? Become a Sith Lord?
Is that what he was? Or was he always true to himself, no matter what personality he wore? And there is something that the Council may never understand, that perhaps Revan never fell. The difference between a fall and a sacrifice is sometimes difficult, but I feel that Revan understood that difference more than anyone knew. The galaxy would have fallen if Revan had not gone to war. Perhaps he became the Dark Lord out of necessity, to prevent a greater evil. I do not believe the Jedi Council changed Revan as they claimed. They merely stripped away the surface and allowed the true self to emerge again, someone who was willing to wage war to save others. But that is my belief, since I knew Revan from long ago, as a master knows their apprentice.
You trained him?
He came to me, yes, both before and after. Before Revan knew himself. And after, in the times when Revan was coming to his own and learning he was more than he had been told. At one time, Revan was my Padawan, in times past, long ago. But Revan, when he had learned all he could, had other masters, that fool Jar and other Jedi on other planets. He learned from each. But in the end, he turned back to me, when he realized there was nothing more to be learned from the Jedi except how one could leave them forever.
What was Revan like as a student?
Revan was power. It was like staring into the heart of the Force. Even then, you could see the Jedi he would slay etched on his soul.
What do you see when you look at me?
You are different. When I look at you, it is like staring at the death of the Force.
I better get going. Oh. Alright. Let's just save it here right now so we don't have to encounter. How long was that? That was 15 minutes of just pure talking. I'm gonna skip over some of your stuff. Never mind. Hold on. Teach me more about the Force. Related to my skills.
There are many secrets that the Force may not unlock, for they are not things of life. To uncover such secrets can allow you to see events more clearly. It can grant you more weapons, more wealth, and allow you access to places and their secrets that can often turn the tide of a battle or change events. Skill does not always draw from the Force, but it is a measure of power nonetheless. It can grant knowledge, help steady oneself when one's thoughts are in chaos, or grant enlightenment. Much can be achieved without the Force, as you know. Life continues, persists, and may be helped or harmed as a result. Now I am tired. Leave me to my meditations.
Oh my, let's go. Okay. Okay, let's stop talking to her for like a whole hour now. Let's just ignore her because like we have 8 more people to talk to, bro. Oh my. Gotta level up before. So repair, persuade. We have form free, bro. Let's go. Oh, damn. She would not stop talking. Alright.
Something up?
Playing Bazak in your head again?
Passes the time. It's better than listing off engine sequencers, memorizing hyperspace routes, or counting ticks in the power couplings.
But you do all those things. Bro looks at player frowns.
Alright, I'll show you.
Okay, let's play.
Match. Now, what are you thinking about right now?
Oh, Pazak.
Right. And that's why I play Pazak in my head. Because if you don't, you've left the door open, and anyone could walk right in.
And before I fill your mind with Freya's help, I'm sorry, bro.
Of course you did. You see, Jedi, light or dark, do it, more often than you'd think. But I never heard one say they were sorry before. That's a new house rule.
What do you have to hide?
I'm just someone who plays Pazak in his head.
But while I'm doing that, it's a lot harder for someone to walk in.
Can you teach me the shield? Is there something you could train me to do?
I can only teach you to play Pazak. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Then I want to learn how to play Bazak.
Good. Now you understand. Alright, I'll deal then. If you're ever fighting someone who has the power over your mind, whether light or dark, play Pazak. Start listing hyperspace routes, recite engine sequencers, and when they try to use their powers on you, suddenly it's not as easy as they thought. Jedi do it all the time. And when they walk in the dark places of your mind, they'll use it to hold you by the throat.
Let's go. And bro, like, for... Oh yeah, we have to get off Tatooine, and... Where are we going next? Let's go to Nar Shaddaa, and then Alderaan, and then Korriban.
Here we are, the Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nal Hutta, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot.
What's Nal
It means
Hutta?
glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nal Hutta's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
Let's take...
Plotted a course for the refugee sector and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's going to find us here.
I somehow highly doubt that. Okay.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While he walks upon the Smuggler's Moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Mababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu es rectonata ber mabarjokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra.
Panisukakran, joka mata storch ban locha. Joana masaranka ma ramazurata. Keso juskrita lorsa. Yumacha fo eko mikojira.
Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu. Febko emareyam ga watasitu insula rakarakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Mopi una wana si chukoratawa.
Request. If Goto's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
The Hopopotenyo go Jucho Picha, when Tabani Sotru, Natoga Proto Lala Shishi, Juatosa Jibacha, Watakmansa, Tokosha Nachitolo, Joana Masaranka Ma Ramazurata, Keso Juskrita Lorsa, Yumacha Foeko Mikojira, Kawanabota Atagwa Kankadiwa, Yutaka Alwanji Yumaliba, Tues Mahawika, Siu Awanta Mo Goika Wansoba, Wakama Nurawa.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Honto Nosaka, Jita Bedwana Maticha, Doveri Nincha, Yonona Shitasa Chuch, Si Machadana, Dona Wisarcha Makaran.
The beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Never have I been to a place so alive with the Force, yet so dead to it. The contrast is like a blade.
Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours.
let's
All right,
move
then,
on.
let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you. Whatever we do, I say we get the Hawk's ID signature changed while we're here. Might keep us from being a target when we enter a new system.
It is not your choice at all. It is his. What is it you wish to do?
Let's see where our
If
path
you have any
takes us.
questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad.
Piece of junk. Yeah, exactly.
Huh? My trash heap? Fine, land there. My trash heap's all that's keeping your ship from making a final plunge. And trust me, it won't be long in coming, I promise you. I got some visitors booked for your space, but I'm sure the two of you can work it out when they arrive.
Let's bring you. And you. Yep. Save it. And here we are on a different planet, but unfortunately today's episode will end very shortly. Thank you so much for watching. If you actually passed all of the talking,